Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Horizon Lost World of Darkness Mage. We are going to turn it... Hello?
We hear you. Yay.
Yay, finally, just in time. I had to completely reinstall my everything, but it's working now.
Oh, I love it when upgrades cause problems.
Perfect. Well, we're gonna turn it over to we're gonna turn it over to Tanya for the recap.
I'm still in computer fix brain mode.
I can do it.
No, don't volunteer. You have so much to live for.
Fine, I guess we can have Nestle do it.
I never get to do it.
Go ahead.
Well, then, go ahead.
So we went to visit the, or at least a version of the individual that we kind of ruined the weekend for, with our little Warren's little time travel shenanigans. So we went to a little house, which apparently was his sanctum. As soon as we entered, we were in his sanctum, and we had a nice little meal and discussed the things that were happening. He didn't seem to... He knew us, but was a little surprised that we didn't know him. So evidently we had kind of arrived at different parts of our individual timelines. But he confirmed that we can use the Goblin Market to reach his past self. And let me see what else happened here. We learned that using our Exalted doesn't count as magic. That could trigger Paradox, so that's good. We are all... we were pretty high in Paradox, but as we left his cabin, things seemed to kind of explode a bit. Reality seemed to explode a bit. And we went somewhere, and then we kind of woke up at Domino's dining table. And turns out we were in Arcadia. And we ended up, or at least Cody ended up making a deal with him to become basically a mouthpiece, or what do we call that?
Cody has become Domino's knight.
Yeah, as knight. That'll work. And I think supposedly we still have to make our way out of Arcadia. And get to the Goblin Market. I think that's about it. Oh, in Arcadia, you don't really travel in distance, you travel in story, apparently. Meaning that we have to travel through the land in the form of a story, kind of. And we have to make it interesting, otherwise Arcadia and its denizens might get pissed at us. So.
Since you did make the deal with Domino and he did agree, Domino will be able to send you where you need to go if it furthers his aim. And as he considers this to be basically payment for his new knight agreeing to join him, he will assist you in your matters now that the deal has been made.
Totally won't come back to bite us in the ass.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. You only made a deal to serve one of the.
Hey! We didn't make it. Cody made the deal. We're all still free agents.
Yes, but if Cody gets in trouble, you're going to help him.
Maybe. We'll have to see about the trouble that he gets into.
Don't worry, everything will be fine.
You always say that.
Don't worry, we're mages. We have things up our sleeve. Ta-da!
Yeah. Mages are very good at cheating out of issues and problems.
True.
It's just a matter if you're willing to pay the cost.
Right.
Or make someone else pay the cost.
So I need the login credentials for the server again.
They
'Cause I'm
are in the
completely
Fantasy
reinstalled.
Grounds explanation channel.
Okay.
And we still haven't spent enough time to get a willpower back. Is that correct?
Consider you guys able to get a willpower back for dealing with Domino. You dealt with Domino. That should be enough.
I hear you.
Now. Yes, you have made a deal with Domino, Cody. You have made an agreement to serve him in exchange. You will get many blessings for this. Many abilities you will be able to call on. Though you may need time to understand the new powers that you can now call your own. They will come to you in time. Domino is going to clap his hands twice as Cody, your clothing is going to change into a marvelous white suit.
Made of salt.
No, not made of salt. You're going into the mortal world. They don't like that.
Never did clarify. Does the salt count as food?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't lick the building. Good to know.
I mean, you could.
That would count as consuming food.
Well, yeah, you could.
Yeah, you could. I didn't say it was smart.
Right?
We do have some newcomers in the chat. If you wouldn't mind explaining briefly how the circles and such work for magic, I'd appreciate that.
You challenged me.
Yeah, I challenge
yes,
you
I can
to
do
be
that.
brief.
I'll do my best. Okay. There are 9 spheres of magic. Correspondence, entropy, forces, matter, life, mind, prime, time, and spirits. These are just the different types of magic. Life magic gives you purview over everything that is alive. Matter magic gives you purview over everything that isn't. Forces has to do with like fire, electricity, gravity, friction, things like that. The natural forces in the world. It goes in a sphere level of 1 to 5. The more dots you have in a sphere, the more things you can do with it. It also comes down to your understanding of the way magic works. For example, Cody is basically our resident techmancer. He does not believe magic is possible. No, magic isn't real. However, he has a supercomputer attached to his wrist that, by typing in the correct calculations, he can alter the calculations of the world to make things happen.
Cody very much does believe magic is real.
I was more using the as a general term, though.
Okay.
That was my fault. Most of your group do not believe in magic. While, for example, Warren is basically your old school style Merlin. Spell books, runes, sacred sigils, fireball. Speaking an incantation and then hurling a ball of fire at your opponent. Portia, she uses pills and medicines in order to use her life magic. It is magic. It is supernatural. Like anyone else trying to do this, it would not work for. But Portia believes that the pills that she makes, the medicines that she makes, actually do these things. Like you have say you have a syringe filled with a liquid that when you jab into someone causes even the most horrific wounds to almost instantly heal. That is
Just
the
the stim
same.
pack. What are you talking about? That's just the stim pack.
That is the same thing as if Warren put his hands over someone and began to speak ancient words of power to cause their wounds to begin knitting up. It's the exact same effect. It's just done through a different belief system.
The words of power. He's speaking the language of creation to say, no, you go back in there. Blood belongs on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Now explain paradox.
Paradox is the balancing system for this game. Without it, mages would be gods. Paradox, whenever you use magic, you're basically pushing on reality and going, you're going to go this way. You're going to go do this. I am telling you you're doing this. Reality is looking at you. People can't throw fire, and then it's going to bitch slap you. Really, really hard. Paradox is that bitch slap. The more you do things that say that reality says, hey, people can't chuck fire from their fists, the more paradox you get. Eventually, reality is going to kick you in the balls.
Reality is a bunch of strings being pulled into a loom. The harder that you push to try to rearrange the strings, the more likely you are to get your hand tangled in it and sucked into the machine.
Yeah, that's how you die, Beerus. That's how you die. Reality is a stone cold bitch when it comes to trying to manipulate it. However, mages have a way around this. It is called coincidental magic. So, a mage can't chuck fire from their hands. However, if, say, I
Well,
fire
they
my
can,
gun...
but they get a lot of paradox.
Yes.
Well, he's saying that it's according to reality, they can't.
Yeah. Reality says you can't chuck fire from your hands. However, if I pull my gun out, pull the trigger, and my bullet just happens to hit that pipe over there, that causes a stream of gas to come out, and the bullet to spark that gas and cause an ignition and an explosion, that happens to engulf my enemy in a giant cloud of fire. Well, reality says that's possible. I mean, all I did was make a shot that was like 1 in a million. It just so happened to cause a giant gout of fire like a fireball to hit them.
The Hollywood stage magic, but in reverse. Instead of making the mundane look magical, you're making the magical look mundane.
Yes, that is, in a nutshell, coincidental magic. Basically, instead of trying to do things that reality says is impossible based on the general consensus of people, you use your magic in ways that people could believe is possible. Say, entropy magic is luck and fate. You can go Final Destination on someone, where you cause a big Rube Goldberg effect to go off that eventually results in something trying to kill them. Oh hey, that floor under their feet looks kind of rotted. Well, just as they're stepping back, it just so happens, at that perfect instance, the ground beneath their feet breaks and they go tumbling down 2 stories to their death.
Does that mean if we can make our magic look mundane, we incur less paradox?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
That is usually how mages will attempt to use their magic, because it's much safer to do it that way.
Unfortunately, there is no way to make a staff going through time and space be mundane in any way, shape, or form.
No, I know that.
Some spheres are more vulgar than others. Mind, for example, which has to do with manipulating thoughts, giving like telepathy, those types of things, that is usually considered a very coincidental, quiet sphere, because there isn't a lot that's going to stand out to people that go, hey, that's impossible. While on the other hand, time magic can be extremely vulgar. It's one of the most vulgar spheres, second only to forces. Mind magic, though, for me, is considered to be one of the most dangerous. I consider life and mind to be the 2 most dangerous spheres for a character to have. Because if you have mind 3, hey, I'm just going to put a thought into that guy's head that he wants to take a gun and shoot himself. Problem solved. That's all you have to do with Mind. Mind can be very deadly. While with Life Magic, well, it just so happens that guy just had a heart attack. And it would be considered coincidental magic so long as someone doesn't look too closely and go, hey, this guy was 30 years old in perfect health. There's no way he should have had a heart attack.
You know,
Then
30-year-olds have heart attacks.
Yeah, what are you, a cop?
Then you could get paradox. But usually, even then, you're not going to get that much paradox.
It's diminishing returns because it's like, what if you killed somebody with magic and then 5 years later they're exhuming the body and they're like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, by
That's
then
kinda
you're
weird.
probably safe. By then you're probably safe. Usually it has to be like pretty quickly after the magic is used.
Which is why I say with me, always get rid of the body.
Very true. Yeah, yes, you could make a death note. The more you do it though, the more vulgar it could become because it's like if 15 people in the same room all died in heart attacks, that's pushing coincidental magic, and it's probably going to move into vulgar. Because like people are going to look at it's like 15 people in the same room all dying of the same thing at the same time. We're calling bullshit on this.
Hashtag no witnesses.
Yeah, which would minimize the paradox you got, but you would still get some.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Oh dear.
Tokeme tipped
Why?
$110. Sable crowns Razim coins Sable crowns.
Thank you so very much for that donation, Toshime. The donation goal has been completed.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
Tanya, did you see what the goal was?
I know, but it's never anything good.
Goblin purchases.
Goblin purchases?
Uh-huh.
That could be great. It could be horrible. There's no in between. Yeah, I'm still actually on one monitor. There's an adapter cable showing up in the mail, so like the new computer setup is still not entirely set up. As a result, I'm having to look at chat on my phone, which means I cannot actually actively watch the stream. So anything that happens on Zim's screen, I can't see.
And be careful of prime magic.
Prime magic is the magic of reality itself. It can cut people out of reality. It's usually used more for reinforcing and to make other types of magic stronger or more dangerous. Like, with matter and mind, you could make people literally forget someone ever existed. But yes. Shall we get back to the game, everyone?
Sure.
Darling, you look simply fabulous in your new outfit. Why truly is your color, darling. But now, I do believe that you were talking about you being on a quest.
Don't everybody speak up at once.
It's Cody.
I thought it was addressing Cody.
You literally didn't even give me 10 seconds to respond.
Oh, I blame Discord because it was like 10 seconds at my end.
Okay. Anyways. Yes, we need to make our way to the Goblin Market in order to chase down someone that has been kidnapping people.
Interesting quest. To rescue those who are in distress, to bring them safely back, to overcome the trials before them. Wonderful! Absolutely perfect, darling. Truly a fitting quest for my knights. He claps his hands twice as a door literally just slams down beside him. I assume it is the Goblin Market in Empty Springs, darling.
I believe so, yes.
Wonderful. This door will take you all there. No need to thank me. And you shall continue your quest. Upon the completion of your quest, I shall come to visit you, Cody, and we shall discuss our continued business arrangements then. But for now, if none of you have anything that you wish to ask me or perhaps make a deal, I suppose I should let my knight get onto his quest so that he might serve his lord one day.
Does the knight want to help any changelings leave here? Cody?
Toshime, you keep asking me these kinds of questions and I've got no idea.
Changelings are the humans that Domino has kidnapped to turn into his slaves.
For various reasons, I have no intention on trying to rescue them at this point in time.
That would probably break your oath to Domino if you tried that.
That's one of the things. There are others.
Okay.
So, no then.
He will wave a hand to the door. I wish you well in your quest, my knight.
After you.
Farewell, Domino.
Michael will
He will
go
bow.
through. Or Cody will go through.
Alright. Does everyone go through the door?
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
No. I'm not staying behind alone if that's what you mean.
Has anyone here not seen a convention before, like a Comic-Con?
You see one convention, you've seen them all.
I know, but I just have to check.
I have seen conventions.
Many.
Because as all of you step through this door and come out, you feel like you have just walked into a giant convention center. It is bustling with beings, most of which do not look human. There are a few that share somewhat humanoid forms, but just as many, like over there at a stall, you can see an honest to goodness griffin. Over there is a tree folk manning a stand. And over there you can see a fire elemental and a water elemental arguing over the best way to cook food. And this is just 3 of the hundreds of stalls that you guys can see. The noise is a cacophony of sounds, smells, many things of which don't really have a human equivalent that you guys might be used to. It is both chaos and also ordered at the same time. As you guys are kind of getting your bearings, many of the stall owners who saw you just basically step out of thin air begin to call out to you. One of them apparently is hawking fresh dreams. Another is attempting to make sales of the greatest desires, both light and dark. Another is selling birds. cute little burbs, as well as giant falcons and eagles and owls. And there's a fourth that apparently is selling snow globes.
I don't trust the guy selling the snow globes.
The question is, who wants to make a deal?
These are just a couple out of like the half dozen that are that noticed you, and that's trying to spread that there are humans in the markets.
Cody's made his deal for the day, so somebody else can make a deal now.
Alexa's gonna go check out those burbs.
As you go over to the burb stand, there is a burb there. It is well, it looks like a parakeet. If parakeets were 7 feet tall.
Oh. That is a sizable burb.
Oh, yes. Yes. I see you have eye for quality, friend. You wish burp friend, yes? Good burbs. Nice burbs. They are good burbs. And you can see all the little burbs. They're just kind of sitting around the stall. Some of them are eating little bird seed. One of the hawks is eating a little piece of fresh meat. And there's a group of finches that are hopping around a bird feeder, nibbling.
One of them whispers, "Help me."
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's so special about these burbs?
These birds are only the finest birds in all the land. They are true birds, unlike those petty little replicas that you have in your world.
I knew
Go
birds
on.
weren't real.
Allow me to demonstrate. I have the most fearsome army in all of the land. And for just a cheap cost, they can be yours, sir. He gives a tweet, and from under the stall, a group of about 50 birds, they're all little finches, come flying up, landing. They're in little suits of like crystal armor. They have little helmets on their head, and attached to one wing is a little shield and a spear on their other wing as they kind of form up together.
Those are adorable.
As they all proceed to just kind of stand at attention. Sir, we are ready to serve, sir. We are the Fierce Finch Force.
How much?
Ah, a buyer with a keen eye, I see. For you. He kind of pauses. I smell the Lord of Perfection upon you. You
I have
know
no idea what you're
Domino?
talking about. I have no idea who you're talking about.
Worry not. Domino is a purveyor of mine. And for someone that is his ally, I am willing to give you a fair price and deal.
I assume I can summon them at will. I don't have to carry them around in a cage.
They will follow you.
Delightfully cryptic.
Mm-hmm.
The cost
I'm
will
not
be
cursed
this.
or anything, right?
No!
Alright.
What? Do you take me for some hack? Please, I
Forgive
offer
me.
only the finest goods.
Forgive me, first time in the market.
Ah, I see. Yes. You may wish to be careful. There are a few shady sorts, however, we try to keep things clean here. It's better for
Oh,
business. for
absolutely
everybody.
not me. But the others, they're definitely shady. But me, I am completely on the up and up. Now, about your soul.
Mm.
My price is this. For 1 year, every week, once a week, you must go to the park that you call your home, within your home city. and you must feed the burbs there for 1 year. 1 day a week.
How long during the day?
1 bag of feed.
What's the catch?
There is no catch. I simply wish to see my avian brethren be taken care of. They may be lesser birds, but it is through no fault of their own.
Very well. What can the army do for me?
As they stand at attention, we are the Finch Fighting Force. We are the fiercest birds in all the land. We will face your enemies with courage and honor, and we will also heed any of your orders.
Deal.
At the very least, they'd make a very effective decoy if it ever came to that.
And possibly message carriers.
Yes,
or button
but
pushers.
can they survive in reality?
Yes.
So long as they don't talk, I think we're good.
They talk. I have no doubt.
No, what I'm talking about is if they talk in front of sleepers.
Yeah, actually, that's the. We'll have to have a standing order, or I'll have to have a standing order. They wouldn't be considered.
Does the deal specify what type of seed? Like, is it like some specific exotic brand that's hard to get or
food.
expensive?
Just bird food.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you got to check every
Thanks for that.
single detail.
No, yeah, I appreciate that. You are correct. And I did ask what's the catch, so I would assume that would have been part of something that could be a catch, but
You should never assume something when making a deal with people like these.
oh, of course not.
Now, this one seems to be on the up and up. He seems to really just want to take care of the birds of Empty Springs.
I can appreciate that.
Oh,
This is
yes,
the kind of
that
place-
is exactly what he wants you to think.
This is the kind of place where if you buy scuba gear and they advertise that it comes pre-filled, if you don't ask, it'll come pre-filled with chlorine.
Sounds about right.
Depending on the seller, yeah.
All right, I will graciously accept the deal.
He will extend his wing to you.
Carefully shake it.
Sir, we are prepared to follow you. As this group of 40 birds take off and fly into your shadow.
Oh, even better. Thank you.
That's
Please,
efficient.
please add familiar 5 to your character sheet.
We
And Goblin Debt 1.
No, don't worry. That won't come up unless he misses his payment.
Actually, wouldn't that be underneath? Hold on a second. Responsibility.
Yeah.
where does that show up on?
I just figured this would be something we would keep track of. Also,
Responsibility goes under flaws.
Ah, okay.
Also, you totally didn't ask about what the burbs would do too, other than what they could do for you. I mean, they're totally not going to report everything they see and hear to this parakeet who can sell the information. Totally not. To be fair, he seems to be on the up and up with Domino, so you're probably safe.
If he's gonna sell it to anybody, he's gonna sell it to Domino.
Probably.
And with Domino, the more he knows about us, the better, anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna say he already knows everything we're doing anyway.
So, is there anything else anyone else might want to look for or look around and try to
What
find?
type of flaw is
Are there-
this? Like supernatural, mental.
It would be
physical?
supernatural because this is a supernatural one.
All right, and no cost necessarily. Just
Nope.
okay, once per week.
Yep.
Got it.
Once
All
per
right.
week, you just have to go to the city park and feed the burbs.
Yep, for a 5 dot familiar, yeah, I think it's all right.
I mean, honestly, you get to spend time feeding burbs.
Yeah, nature's cool. I'll go for that. All right, I got a Finch army. I'm good to go. Do
Also,
we have?
mortals will not be able to see their weapons or armor.
Oh, good. I was wondering about that. Sweet.
Yes, mortals will not be able to perceive it.
Though having suddenly 40 burbs all around me would probably be raising some eyebrows, but
If
I'm
they
gonna be right
survive.
back. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta take some out of that.
Okay.
okay.
If they survive the burbs.
Haven't you
I
ever
will-
seen Mary Poppins? Feed
Yeah,
the bird.
exactly.
Yeah, there's Mary Poppins. There's the lady from Home Alone 2.
Yep, the burb lady.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a little out of the ordinary, but definitely wouldn't be a paradox situation.
Hey, that's the important part. I'm calling them Finch Force 5, by the way, just so you know.
Finch Force 5. Zim, where would I share something? Oh. So I want to share this with you guys real quick. In Horizons Lost Mage. Zim, if you could share this with a place for the stream to look at. This is what the Finch Force could theoretically do. If you ordered them to.
Death of 1,000 pecks.
$40 in.
Yep. Finch Force 5 has been deployed.
Nice.
I will post it in Tabletop Image channel on the Discord. If you are watching the recording for this video, remember you can look it up by the title of today's episode.
Yikes. That was brutal.
Yep.
Did we get any other information about where to find this dude?
Are you looking for something in particular?
We're looking for another human that might have been visiting this area recently.
Well, you did make a purchase. I may know a thing or two. There was a human who arrived here a few hours ago.
Sorry, just the timing on that. There was a human.
Go on.
No, we don't know that much. They were careful to hide their identity, but well, the stench of humanity comes off them. No offense.
So,
Oh no,
okay.
hard to cover it up. You know.
Apparently the clip you posted was something that one of the viewers was already thinking of.
Yes, that's the actual clip I posted because that is exactly what I was imagining with what these birds could do. Except they also have little spears and they will cut you to death.
I like it.
There is a gateway at the north edge of the market. It leads deeper into the hedge through a plethora of corridors, but that is where they are currently staying at.
pretty
The,
dangerous.
the area, no, it's fairly safe. It is patrolled and protected under the safe passage of the markets. His specific area is his own private domicile, so that is not part of the markets. The tunnels are, though. For those of us who call more of Arcadia home than the mortal world, it is usually the way we come and go here when we are not doing business.
Understandable. Thank you for the information.
Not a problem. If you ever wish to acquire more, feel free to come back. I am more than willing to make a deal with you. Or any of your friends that you have with you.
Anyone else like a bird army?
Well, is anybody here selling educational materials, books, scrolls, that sort of thing?
What kind are you looking for? I may be able to poke you to one or two sellers of such items, depending on what topics you wish to know.
The medicinal arts. It's something of a hobby.
The
Something of a hobby.
Healing arts. I do believe there is someone here that practices such things. Ah, yes, Arak. Let's see. He kind of lip peeks over the edge and points with one wing. He's about 15 stalls that way, then take a left. Trust me, you won't be able to miss his stall. It's one of the larger ones.
What'd you say his name was?
Arak. He is a decent sort. He's one of the kinder souls, I suppose you could say.
If it's all the same to you, I'll judge that for myself, because an unkind person would of course say they're kind in order to give you a false sense of security.
This is fair. I believe he is with a visitor at the moment, but I am sure that I know that he is usually willing to take guests while he is working.
And what was your name, sir?
Oh, I am Chirp.
Chirp.
Yeah, when he says that, he actually chirps.
Ha, fair enough.
You're pretty sure
doing business with you.
You're pretty sure it's not actually chirp, but you don't speak bird.
Right. Well, actually, I have tongues.
Clearly, his name is.
Yeah, exactly. I do have the gift of tongues, though. Can I understand bird?
In that case, he is the closest to mortal tongue is he who flies near the sun.
Interesting. I will say it was a pleasure doing business with you, and then that's right. I can't necessarily speak. I can only understand, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You could try to chirp.
No, I won't.
You might end up insulting his mother.
Yeah, I'm not gonna butcher his name like that. I will say it was a pleasure doing business with you, sir. And a pleasure to meet you. And then we're gonna go with. Oh.
I kind of hate the trope that if you don't know a language and you try to speak it, you insult their mother. Like, what? Why not just say something ridiculous? Like, I don't have the car phone. Go put on your own pants.
I've already eaten a fire hydrant today.
No.
Exactly.
You don't want to. In that situation, it's, more a random jumble of words rather than something that could somewhat reasonably be an actual sentence that somebody says.
That's fair. Well, I guess it kind of depends on how much you know about it. Like, you might have some of the sentence structure understood, but...
Sign away my life.
Get the upbeat greeting now.
Exactly.
Gonna go with Portia. I like books too.
Portia, do you head off?
Not alone.
You're not alone. I'm with you.
Okay, then yes.
I figured the group is staying together here.
Anyone not want to go to the book dude?
I'll come along with.
Alright, let's go buy some books. Or maybe just look at some books.
I love how
Does
you
anyone else?
assume-
Does anyone else hear an ethereal cackling? It sounds like a malicious DM somewhere.
I love how you assume it's books.
Oh, well,
Oh, dude.
knowledge salesman then.
Dude, he's got that direct to Cortex download.
So, as you head off, everyone,
Amazon, same second delivery.
you guys soon are able to find the tent that you were poked to. It is a large black tent, and you can see that the tent is covered in what looks to be webbing on the sides.
Oh boy.
But there is the
I know what's coming.
the cloth is open if you guys wish to step into the tent.
Why not?
I am going to step away while I'm not actively part of the situation, but I'll be listening.
Okay.
As you step in, you guys can see it's very nicely lit, and it's larger on the inside here. It's a very roomy tent. There are many bookcases, a few tables, and a large slab, sort of in the center of the room. Like it's like Portia, almost like what you would call an operating table.
Bodes well.
Um,
I look up at the ceiling to see if Arak's home.
oh yeah, Rock is there. He's over the table actually. At the moment, there is a child on the table, out cold, and it looks like you can see Arak is humanoid, but he is what looks to be maybe like a black widow spider, or or maybe a tarantula, a black tarantula, but like in humanoid form. And his limbs are moving, and it looks like he is slowly it looks like he is stitching something closed on this child as his head looks over, and his little claws click together, and you can see the little pellets around his mouth kind of rub together, like, ooh, excitement. Oh, greetings. I was not expecting visitors. Please, is there anything you wish? I am currently working on assisting this child at the moment, but I can assist you in anything you might need while I work.
Oh, so long as it's not too distracting.
Oh, of course not. This is child's play for me. His many arms are still working even as he's looking at you. And it looks like two of his arms are moving some of his webbing, and it's using that as the thread to stitch the wounds or the surgery marks closed.
So, a large bird dealing in not so large birds with a name that I cannot pronounce said that you are a purveyor of information, educational materials.
Indeed. I have studied the healing arts for many of what you would call your millennia.
I was wondering if I could take a look through your selection, see if there's anything that may help augment, supplement, expand my own knowledge.
You are a fellow healer. You can see like the little pellets by his mouth like move even more excitedly. Like, this is a fellow doctor? Fascinating. I haven't got to meet one of those in a long time. An actual mortal doctor?
I doubt I have anywhere near as much experience as you do, but yes, I've made it my life's work to pursue the healing arts.
Wonderful, wonderful. Please come in, come in. A fellow healer is more than welcome here in my tent.
Oh, I accept the invitation.
What sort of healing arts do you practice? I may be able to help you narrow your search down.
Well, my specialty is herbology. Specifically, it's been my lifelong pursuit to perfect hybridized plants that even a novice can grow, so that way medicine can be within reach of anyone who needs it.
Fascinating, interesting. I would recommend he continues working with most of his arms, but two of them come up and kind of rub his chin as he looks up and seems to regard some of his shelves. I would recommend that one there. I have quite a bit of alchemy knowledge there, using plants as well as minerals for their healing abilities.
Augmenting the structure with minerals. It's a
I
novel
also
concept.
I also have some books over there on human reactions to different compounds and how poisons can also be used to strengthen the body rather than cause harm.
I'm familiar with a lot of holistics already, but it wouldn't hurt to see what your lists have, because there's a chance that some things that it may fill in some gaps that mine have. As unfortunately, most texts I have access to are only pertaining to mundane.
Yes, I do have access to quite a large supply of materials that you cannot find in your mortal realm. So you may wish to study for the more supernatural items that can be procured here. You may wish to. I can help you with some of my suppliers, and perhaps we could see about you getting them in order to further your own research in the health of mortals.
Well, before I start, poking around, perusing, there's the matter of cost. I know that standard currency isn't generally standard currency here. So what kind of costs do you deal in?
Simple. I have a very, very simple cost for one who is a health worker such as I. All I desire is that you share all of your research and knowledge as you acquire it with me so that I may further my own studies as well through your work.
So long as your ambitions are likewise benevolent, I don't see any reason not to collaborate.
He waves one of his hands down. This child is a child from Empty Springs. A terminal case, according to your medicine. I have already replaced his heart, lungs, and stomach that were failing with new ones. And I am currently working on finishing the procedure. He shall make a full, miraculous recovery.
Triple organ transplant, and you're closing without even looking at it.
Oh,
Yeah,
indeed.
you're definitely above my skill level.
I have done this for many millennia. This is a fairly easy procedure.
Did you want to
he-
roll medicine to see what he's actually doing?
Actually, yeah, that would be a good idea if I'm.
Who's the child?
All right, would it be a straight medicine roll?
Medicine plus intelligence.
Oh boy, I get so many dice.
Mm-hmm. And if you have a specialty in medicine here, I will allow you to apply it.
Who's the child?
The child was actually one that had been abandoned by its family.
Noble.
I find such behavior detestable.
7, 8, 9, 10. This is going to sound like a very, very stupid question, but it is D10s, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Not bad.
Okay. I just saw the 2s and the 1s first, and I was like, oh no, that's bad.
Yeah,
It's a
you're
lot of
fine.
8s. So difficulty of 7?
Yep. And one
One.
subtract, you have 4 successes there, it looks like.
Yep. 4.
All right. So, looks like. Are you also going to be using your more magical senses as well, using like your life and such?
Yeah, I could. So would that add 3? Because I have
No.
3 in life.
No. This will just change like what I would tell you
Yeah,
because
I
of the
have.
way you're observing it.
As relevant things go, I have 2 in prime, 1 in spirit, 3 in life.
Okay. So
This is my specialty.
yes. So observing, he's not using normal organs, it looks like, to your senses. He's using more supernatural ones. You could also detect the traces of a very, very heavy cancer throughout. It's spread throughout his entire body. But as he's working, you can see that it is basically dying. The cancer is. And it's basically being devoured by something within him.
Yummy.
You've
If
managed
you
to
if you looked
Actually,
at this kid at the hospital, this kid would basically be written off and basically just, yeah, you're just here until you die. There's no chance of recovery, and this would be considered like an utter miracle to fix this type of damage.
You've basically completely rebooted his immune system. That's incredible.
Out of curiosity, how exactly does prophecy work? Like if I was to try to sense the child's future, how would I go about doing that precisely?
If you're trying to look into the future, you could. The further you look out, the more difficult it is because there's so many possibilities.
Sure.
So you can attempt, and you could use Prime to help you kind of narrow down on the most likely futures based on the current probabilities, but you're going to get a host of different choices that could happen.
Just a general idea should be enough.
You could attempt, yes.
Okay, so trying that with
Before you do that, you should
Okay,
ask
alright.
what sort of deal the kid has.
Good thought.
More knowledge and information you have, the easier it is to make a viewing.
Okay. Yeah, I guess ask what the payment was for this particular bit of surgery.
Nothing. This is my
Oh, no.
own desire to
Noble.
treat those who have been abandoned, to heal those who have been harmed, to fix that which has been destroyed. That is my purpose. That was my function long ago.
While he's saying all that, I'm gonna start looking through what he has available, specifically focusing on the poison reactions and treatment and such, because he specifically mentioned things that are local to this location, to the Feywild is the correct word, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's many different names for it.
I feel like that might be relevant information for coming travels.
There is a ton of information like this. You could spend years reading through all this information and only make like a bit of effort through it, but it is huge. It is massive.
I'd have sworn this tent only had 1 floor from the outside.
But
Exactly.
like as you're reading through this book, despite how like much information there is, it's very easy for you to understand. Like it was like this book was written specifically for you.
Neat trick.
Ah, yes, telepathic interface. I've seen this before.
It's made basically like you can look through this and basically understand it perfectly as you are learning it. It makes it very easy to understand and basically put it into practice.
From man from mandrakes to Mindcloud, a beginner's guide to not dying.
There's both poisons of your world, like there are actually apparently, according to this, uses for hemlock for making the body stronger, faster, and more resilient if used in very, very minute doses over about a year's worth of time.
And plus immunity to hemlock.
Yes. Apparently you can use Wolf's Bane in order to gain the senses of a wolf if it's brewed correctly and used right.
Right, so is this one particular tome that has this information in it, or is it like spread between several?
It looks like this one book is connected to all of the books.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Are you okay with me making use of this one?
Oracle looks over. So long as you share your findings with me so that I may add it to my library, yes.
Do
Well,
you have any sort of communications device that could make that more straightforward? Getting to the Feywild can be a bit difficult for me.
If you open the book to the last page, anything you write there will come to me. So if you also need to get messages over or wish to discuss theories and such, feel free as well. And anything that you wish to add of your knowledge to the book, just add it as there as well, and it will find its own section.
Mail.
That sounds perfect, actually.
While Tanya's looking, I'm sorry, while
Portia,
sorry, is looking through all of this. I was looking at Discord. I'm going to try to do a little bit of scrying on this child's, like, next 5-10 years, just kind of get the general.
Roll Arete.
Welcome to Changeling.
Just Arete?
Yep, just your Arete. Thankfully, it's going to be fairly easy here because
7.
you have 3 successes because the difficulty is only 5 here.
Nice.
You are not in reality. This place is very easy to use your magic at. Yeah, looking into the most likely futures, this kid is probably going to be able to go places. He's going to be stronger, faster, more resilient. But it depends on like what kind of support he gets to. He could go bad, he could go good. It really depends on like what sort of home life and what he kind of gets into, considering he was abandoned.
And
That-
since he's turning into Changeling.
Yeah, it looks like he has the possibility of developing supernatural powers. But how those powers develop could also depend on what happens with him.
so his new lease on life is coming along with a new identity, basically.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he probably would have died otherwise, so.
What do you mean,
Yeah,
probably?
More than likely.
Speaking as a medical professional, there's no probably about it. He was a walking corpse.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you can see Alexis, if you look at him without this treatment, like there is only one future. He would be dead within like 3 days.
Okay.
Roll that again though for me. Your
Same roll?
Arete again,
Okay.
yeah. While you are looking at the kid, you also get a flash of a rat as well. And you can see not his future, but a little bit of his past.
Kind of hoping for that.
In the past, he was a god of healing, of medical knowledge, and of restoring the lost and broken. He used to be a god, it looks like.
Nice. Going to ask Arak if he has any intentions on checking in with the child once in a while, at least to see how he's going and help him out.
I do watch over all of those who I provide aid to.
Good.
Though
If
I may
there's-
not be at my former power and abilities, I
If you
do
need
have
any
enough
help-
for that.
If you need any help with this one, let us know. Or let me know, I'll say.
He will nod slightly. I will accept your offer, and I will be in your debts. In exchange, if you would need my aid once and only once, you may call upon me, and I will answer. If you will accept that as worthy payment.
Sounds good to me.
Payment for what?
Alexis, to your character sheet, please add ally 5 and put in a little note that you can only call upon this ally once currently. And Portia, please add library 5 to your sheets.
Oh. Damn, so we have a library 13 now.
I already had library 2, so
This will be a separate library. Because this library also, whenever you are using it for medical purposes, you get a +3 bonus of as a specialty added on as well.
+3 successes?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
all right. So I was gonna hold off on saying this, but I do not have the PDF editor. I do have my access my PDFs again, but I can't remember what PDF editor we were using before. I'm only viewing it through my web browser.
Yeah, web browser, and then just save it to your PC after you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that doesn't break it, I distinctly recall that messing up the sheet before.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I've been able to pull it off sometimes.
What browser are you using?
Adobe.
And I'm using Firefox.
Adobe makes a web browser?
That's the actual browser.
Okay.
I use the actual editor.
He uses Chrome. Adobe is the PDF editor. Acrobat.
Yeah.
Okay, he's using Adobe Acrobat. I thought he had like an Adobe web browser, and I was very confused.
No. I meant I use the actual file, the actual reader.
And yeah, that favor was in exchange for if he needs any help in the physical world from
Correct.
me for helping
that
out the kid.
that metric buttload of paradox that we had, was that purged?
It's gone.
Yes,
it's gone.
Okay.
That was what took us to Domino's lair.
Okay.
Palace. Sorry, palace, not lair.
I mean, semantics.
I know. I'm always paranoid of him watching us now, so I don't want to call it a lair. Has connotations. Oh, what was the child's name?
Hayden.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
I'm kind of thinking about asking if they have any books on the prophecy.
Which one?
The one about us and the child who will destroy the world or save the world.
That unfortunately I do not. I do not really deal much in that. Mine is more focused in knowledge and methods of healing and enhancing. There is one here who does deal in such things, though they are difficult sometimes to deal with.
May or may not visit, but how can I find them?
Look for the star-studded tents. They are there.
Thank you very much.
But of course.
Yeah, it's not saving my changes. I'm using upper GX.
Then you're just gonna. I would recommend like using it like a Word document just to mark it, or like Google Docs. Mark the changes there.
The PDF readers and stuff are really hit or miss on whether they'll work. The only thing that I've had consistently work is Adobe Acrobat. Which, of course, in order to actually download, they require that you put in a freaking credit card and crap, but it is what it is. At least I don't actually charge you. You just have to go through the process of trying to figure out how the hell to cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I'm back. Just in case it wasn't clear.
You're good.
I guess, can I ask for Rack to pass on my cell number or something to the...
Oh, crap. What happened to your audio?
I just visited the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh.
No worries. What did you want to do again?
Just a way for the kid to contact me.
Yes, he can give that.
Thank you.
Not a problem. He would be happy to do that. So is there anything else anyone here might desire to look for? Anything at all their characters might want?
Detective-y stuff.
What kind of detective-y stuff?
Y'all know it when I see it.
Maybe spiritual medicine of some sort?
That's medicine. That's not detective-y.
If you want detective
Forensic
things
analysis.
to find things, you may wish to speak to...
You wish to buy secrets.
No, not secrets themselves. Things to help me detective.
There is one. There is one here. He is one of the purveyors of this location, one of the, you could call, owners. He may be able to help you out with if you are looking for things that are not known. But he is currently out at the moment, and he will be back by the end of day today.
Alrighty then.
I can see that he can find you later, if you wish.
That sounds good.
Then it will be done. Naro will find you later, and you can discuss your business with him. And he will bid you farewell once your business is concluded.
It has been a pleasure, Rack.
He will nod, and then he will go back to his work. So, do you guys want to continue searching the market, or do you want to go head towards the tunnels to find where you're supposed to go?
The tunnels might be my next goal, unless somebody else has any.
No, I'm good.
Thoughts?
I'm
I
kind
feel
of
like
in the same camp as Moriarty here, where it's like, I have no idea what I want, but I'll know it when I see it.
I feel like when you said that, Portia, it's like, no, I'm okay. As you're just holding your book, just like flicking through it,
Yes.
reading it.
I'm good.
I found what I need.
It's almost like they want you to come back and buy more, so they're being very cheap with their prices right now.
That's part of business.
First taste
Mhm.
is free.
They're good at that, especially when it comes to mortals. Anyway, as you guys make your way through, you are soon able to find the door. Basically, it looks like the double doors of a hotel. And when you push them open, you step into some cool cement tunnels. And they have little signs on them that kind of point the direction that you need to go. Looks like there's only one person staying here at the moment. So this would likely be your target.
Onwards.
As you make your way through the tunnels, as you make your way through everything, it's very nice, actually, honestly. It's not too bad as you're making your way through these. No, nothing dangerous pops out at you. Nothing deadly tries to attack you. It's just walking. It's like you're going through almost like what you could call like a hotel to get to the room. And before long, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of walking, you come to a nice looking wooden door with a little doorbell on the side.
Lexus is going to try to sense minds beyond the door.
Roll Arete.
Not sure if this is the best idea.
It's up to you.
One.
Okay, yep, that is enough. You can detect. Give me a moment. 7 minds.
Oh dear.
Okay,
That's a party
through
in
the
there.
door. Yes, you can send 7 different minds through there.
I'm going to report this quietly to everybody. We will be outnumbered.
You can't sense which mind belongs to who or what they're thinking. Only the presence of them.
Right. That was kind of what I was
Yep.
aiming for. Now, would more than one mind be like? Could I determine that they were separate bodies?
It was 7 separate people.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, 7 separate people are in there.
Open the door. It's just one Hydra.
Hey, that's to clarify there.
Hi, I'm George. This is Bob. This is Frank. This is Austin. This is Jimmy.
And these over here are Thud, Dud, and Crud.
Actually, that's Joe, Mo, and Curly.
We're a shimp.
So I meant to say Mo, Larry, and Curly.
No, Joe was one of the Three Stooges for a little while. He's a drop-in replacement for Curly.
Well, today I learned.
So
Yeah,
what
he
do
only made a few episodes.
Nah.
What would you guys like to do? You can't hear anything through the door.
Are we all ready? Ring the doorbell?
So you know
Actually, we can use magic freely here, right?
Yes.
It's much safer to use it here. Yes.
And this is in the tunnels where we're going for the person, right?
Yes.
Can't I use my correspondence to look in there?
You could, yes. A word of warning, the mage You do know if the mage is in there, he might be able to sense that. Because he was able to detect your
Right.
last correspondence look. That's how he talked to you guys before.
Right.
How he got mad at me.
However, you guys on the flip side would be able to detect if he is using magic. If he
And you-
uses something that you guys use.
And even if I were to kind of do a past look portal like we did before, he could sense it as well.
He can sense time magic. You guys know he has correspondence in time at the lakes.
Right. Space-time mage.
You don't know what other spheres he might have, though.
Nope.
And you also know he has two assistants who are changelings. Or he had two. One of them currently was missing his head the last time you saw him.
But that was also in the past, but he's probably been recovered by now, I'm assuming.
Probably a safe guess, yes.
Alright, we ring the doorbell.
That would be the most polite way to do this.
I mean, we're just looking for information, technically, right? This is the mage who's up to the shenanigans with the mayor's family.
Mm-hmm. Information quotation marks.
Yes.
I have my staff still.
We don't need your staff right now. But thank you for offering. Alright. Ring the doorbell, I guess.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. Do, 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 do. Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. No.
Oh, that actually happens.
I have Adobe Acrobat set up.
Yes,
Yay.
that actually happens.
Oh my god.
And I would like to point out, all the super duper lag that I was having to deal with before, with how slow Acrobat was, completely gone now.
Yay.
I really like the new processor.
As you open the door, or sorry, as the door opens, you can see a younger version of the mage that you guys talked to at in that cabin, standing there, and he just looks resigned.
Quick question: do you age backwards?
No, I'm assuming you may have met a future version of myself.
Yeah, I was just double checking to make sure you don't cause any paradoxes.
Yeah, no, I'm. If you said that, that means you met a future version of me. I knew you guys were coming. So, you guys are here to ruin my job, I assume?
We still need to find out about your job.
Right.
I'm
All right.
Magic.
I'm not going to bother trying to fight or argue with you guys because, well, I know how that's probably going to go, and I really, really just kind of want to enjoy my weekend. So, come on in. My host is here. He's currently discussing things, but yeah, if you guys want to come talk and do whatever it is you guys are going to do before things kick off.
When you say host.
Yeah, my boss. My current boss.
Right.
You know, I was always curious to learn how to manipulate time, but after seeing what it's going to has done to you, I'm good.
You get used to it after a while.
Hey, that's what your future you said.
Not surprised. He is me, after all.
I know I heard that somewhere before.
Alright, well, let's cautiously go in.
Did I hear it tomorrow? It's all really confusing.
Or yesterday.
Yeah, you're gonna have to remind me, have we met before? From my point of view, I've known you guys for years. But you guys don't seem to know me, so where are we at?
Right now, we are at the stage where I would personally be a-okay with blasting your head off and rescuing the people that you have kidnapped.
Last time we met, in our timeline, it goes
Oh my god.
hospital, and then we went to your sanctum, where we met future you, and now, this is the next series.
Right. Okay, so that. Joy. Joy. Yeah, thanks a lot for all that fuckery, Warren. That was, that wasn't fun to deal with. You're welcome, by the way.
Warren, I don't think you're ever going to live that down.
He's not.
Oh yeah, I mean, you would know, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Paradox brought us the Feywild to Arcadia.
You're alive.
And
I'd say, what does that accomplish?
All right.
almost a literal deal with the devil for one of us.
He leads you guys into a very nice-looking apartment. It looks actually like a miniature house on the inside here. Very nice house. Not quite as nice as Cody's, but very, very nice.
Is there any resemblance to the cabin?
No.
Okay.
But it does have a bit of a resemblance to the mayor's home.
Have we met the host yet, or have we seen the host?
Nope. Have not
Okay.
seen him. He kind of pauses though as you guys get to the family room, and he kind of turns to you and claps his hands once. He just kind of holds them there for a moment. So, I'm gonna ask you guys right now, please don't go guns blazing, okay? This is a pretty good thing I got going for me.
Okay, you claimed that you know us, but if you knew me, you would know that you don't need to say that.
As he's looking towards Warren, Reinhardt, and Cody.
Just looking back and forth between him and them, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that warning is very mandatory.
Specifically at Warren. Okay. Let me go see if my employer is willing to take guests at the moment. He's been doing some catch up with them right now, and I'm not sure if he's going to want to be disturbed. So I'll be right back. I give you my oath of safe passage while you are here, that so long as no harm is done, no harm will be done to you. And with that, he is going to step out and go into one of the doors that's on the opposite side of the room and slip in before shutting it.
Hey, Cody. Cody.
Yes.
Can we spy on them? See who the host is? I have a bad feeling.
Sure. Correspondent.
Make an arete roll.
All right, well, he has a bad feeling, so I'm going to double check my paintball gun and make sure I've got the LSD magazine loaded. I get the weird feeling that
0.
LSD plus Feywild might equal pain.
So here you're even further away, so 4 is a success. So you barely make it, Cody. And your screen begins to flicker as you're able to bring up the other room on your computer screen. And as you do, you're able to see the mage that you were just speaking to, talking with. You can't get a super good look at it. Its body is very, very long. Its arms are so long that they're dragging on the ground. And its skin is olive colored, and it's wearing very torn up looking clothes. You're not able to get a good look at its face or appearance, though. before you see the mage look up right at the screen and just kind of flick it, and suddenly your screen is now, you are now watching My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Oh, I love this episode.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, doing it again.
Oh, no, no.
Yay, more MLP.
A little better.
Is there a place to sit down?
Oh yeah, there's couches and chairs and everything. This is like
3.
a family room.
Reinhardt's gonna go sit down.
Cody, this time when you do it, you are now watching the first episode of Sandman on Netflix.
I guess a
Mr.
lock.
Sam-
You know, I've been meaning to
You locked
watch
it down.
this show.
Send me a man.
Now, Cody, it's not polite to look.
Fine, I
Moment.
suppose we'll just sit here and wait.
If you really wanted to be able to eavesdrop, all you need to do is go back out to the Goblin Market and make a deal.
Hey, Toshime, you see there's a note in your, you feel a note in your pocket.
I'll check it.
Don't you fucking dare
Our
try.
community grows.
Oh,
And-
you got a P-mail over there?
And about a minute later, the door opens and the mage comes back out and kind of looks at all of you. All
Cody
right.
did it.
Yes, I know.
I asked him to.
I know. I knew you were going to do that. Look, I already know like 15 different ways this conversation is going to go.
That must be a headache.
You just know everything then, don't you?
He's cheating. He's reading the next page.
He points at Warren. I came prepared.
That's fair.
Guys, we're reading the book with the rest of the class. He read ahead to the end. What part of that's the hard thing here?
Except this is a choose your own adventure book.
He's reading straight through. We have to follow the story choices.
Except there might be secret story choices that I don't know about.
There is.
What happens
So-
when you get the collector's edition?
What does the worm look like?
Anyway, my host has agreed to speak with you if you would all like to take a seat. He said he'd be out in a moment.
Got any drinks in this joint?
What would you like?
Water.
He flicks his
Clarification.
hand, and there's a glass of water in front of you, Alexis.
Oh,
Quick
thank
clarification, you're a human, right?
you.
I am. I'm a
Alright, just-
mage, like you guys.
Yeah, I have to double check.
And can
What-
I ask how you got this deal?
I'm a mercenary.
What's the strongest thing you have?
He smiles. We're supposed to be conducting business, not get blackout drunk.
Okay, what is the strongest things that you will give me?
Once the business is concluded, if you don't try to blow things up,
Yeah, what you have to understand is that that's the way he does business. Actually, it's the
was gonna
way
mention that.
half of them do business. See, Alexis physically cannot function without some sort of drug in his system, and Reinhardt just likes to drink.
That's fair cop. But Alexis will have a seat patiently, sipping his water. Wait a minute. I sensed 7 mines in here. Where are the rest of them?
he points to the other room.
See, I told you it was a Hydra. Nobody listens.
Hmm.
A moment later, the door opens, and from it, a very
Is this music accurate?
Kerr has not given me any other playlists to play, so I just stick on this one playlist. But I will take away the music, so there.
Oh, I'm not complaining. It's just in they walk.
Well, incongruous. So what monstrosity comes into the room?
This thing is large. It's almost 10 feet tall. Its skin is the olive colored skin. Its arms drag on the ground. Like it's just not taking the effort really to raise them. It doesn't need to. Its eyes and mouth are just dark voids in its face.
Can I roll? Can I roll something to figure out what the hell this thing is?
Occult plus intelligence.
That's what I was hoping.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, that is not good. I think I will re-roll it.
All right, and what's the fail here for?
That's better.
What's the difficulty here?
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I got a 6 on that.
Okay. 5, Warren, Portia. All right, Warren and Portia, both of you guys rolled high enough. Alexis, you did not roll high enough for this.
He's not high enough for this.
Mm.
In two senses of the word.
So, you guys, when you look at this thing, also it is dressed and its clothing is very torn up. Like it's old and very ragged. But it looks almost like the clothes of what a child would wear, and very, very ill-fitting, very like it only covers like its shirt only covers up to like where its stomach kind of goes. It's a good like 2 feet too small on it. And its shirt looks like it's seen better days. It looks like you can see a thing up for the lion guard on the shirt, and also the pants on the sides of it had the same sort of images on them too. And this thing, for you, Alexis, when you're looking at this thing, you think it's a fetch because it has the same sort of eyes and mouth that the others did that you've seen. But that's about all you can think of. However, Portia and Warren, you guys have done a little bit more research into this kind of stuff. Warren, it's easier for you to describe it because you have actual books on it. This is what's called a fetch spawn. This is the child of a human and a fetch.
Delightful.
They are half breeds. They are extremely powerful. Extremely powerful and extremely rare because most fetches cannot have children. It is said that a single fetch spawn is strong enough to murder an entire freehold single-handedly. Basically, it can kill every changeling in the city it's in single-handedly without much effort. It's that powerful.
It's a living tank.
This is like a living nuclear warhead. So some of the stories go. These things are so rare, though, it's not sure if those stories are actually true or just hearsay.
The size of the bear gets bigger every time the story is told.
The last time one of these things showed up was in about the 15th century at Roanoke. So the stories go.
If people know what Roanoke is.
Oh, I know what Roanoke is.
It rings a bell. I know I've heard it somewhere.
The missing city of Roanoke, where everyone just
Oh,
disappeared.
yep.
Yep.
I know it now.
That was the last time it was said, one of these was said to be seen. That is also a place where the worm manifested, and it took the sacrifices of an entire tribe of werewolves to drive it back. The previous time one of these things was seen was back
Tribe?
in... Yeah.
Would it be a pack?
No, tribe. As in, the entire group of that type of werewolf died. Every member, living and dead, sacrificed themselves in order to drive the worm back. The previous time, so the stories go, is the last time a fetch spawn was seen was during the Black Plague. At least that's what your research says.
Hello. Alexis will greet it.
Or she'll position herself between it and Warren.
I'm staying sitting.
What do you want? Why are you here?
You've been kidnapping the good people of Empty Springs. Why?
I was just getting my family.
The people that were kidnapped, were they blood relations?
What?
I was asking the DM.
Oh,
The people that were kidnapped, they were...
it was a husband and a wife.
Kids too,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, the kids too.
Mm-hmm. And the kids.
Were you the offspring of the mayor's family?
He's going to nod.
What have you done with them?
He's going to point. They're here.
Oh. I think I know where those consciousnesses are. So this wasn't a kidnapping, it was a family reunion with mandatory attendance.
Something like that.
But how do you know that they were your family?
Because I was told.
By who?
By the one my papa made a deal with when he became mayor. He's the one who's been helping to take care of me here when my papa had to get rid of me.
So you're saying the mayor has been a changeling all along?
He's human. Mama was a fetch.
Powers that she had.
What do you plan to do with them?
We're gonna be together. They're gonna be happy. That's what I got them for. That's why I asked him to help. I wanted to bring my family to me. I wanted to see them. I made all this for them so they could be happy. I know Dad had to let go of me because I looked like this. And people would get scared and get angry, and he wouldn't be able to do what he wanted to do. But I missed them. So I wanted to be with them. So now they're here. And I can take care of them with all the stuffs.
Their absence is causing problems
You
in Empty Springs.
you said that your appearance could affect his ability to do the things he wanted to do. Well, him being unavailable to do those things can affect his ability to do them as well.
I made a fetch. It's okay. The fetch can do it. So that way it's okay. So it doesn't cause problems for no one.
What about your mom disappearing?
We're working on that. It didn't go exactly the way we wanted to, but we're working on fixing it. So there won't be problems. It just was a little bit tougher than we wanted it to be. But I'm trying to fix it and make it better. I promise. If anyone wants to make an empathy roll, you may make an empathy roll here.
I got a couple points in that, just pure empathy.
You think
Is empathy part of perception?
It's
can make
under
it-
talent.
Yeah, you can make it empathy plus perception. No. What would that be?
Wits.
Social. It would be
I
one of
feel
the
that-
social ones.
Yeah, I think that's a social here. Charisma,
Charisma?
I think. I think charisma here.
Empathy plus charisma?
Yep.
Willpower to reroll.
Okay.
Reinhardt has no empathy. See, this
but
is what happens when you don't give him his boost.
But everyone rolled at least one success. So all of you, Portia and Alexis get it the best. Cody is almost right behind them. And Warren and Reinhardt takes a minute for you guys to compute that it's actually true. This thing is being so earnest and so like truthful. Like you can clearly see it really did try to make sure that it wouldn't cause any problems for anyone. Like it really actually tried to take the time to make sure that what it was doing would not impact anyone negatively. And with the mistakes that it made, it's really actually trying to do its best to mitigate and get rid of any problems they cause and to fix anything and to make amends for those issues. This is clearly clear as day, 150%. There is no ill intent at all here. This really just seems like a child that just wanted its family.
And how do they feel about it?
They're eating right now. Once we explain things, they understand a little, but we still talking.
I honestly got nothing here.
Does it matter that the mayor's family's fetches now?
They can be more easily controlled.
It would be the worry isn't necessarily the family, it is a worry of the mayor himself. Because he's basically one of the people in the know on the mortal side, and he's sort of considered off limits. If something happens to him, that could be considered a bit of an act of war. That could disrupt the current Cold War that's going on in Empty Springs.
And we arranged for a visitation between the actual mayor and his
Do you
offspring.
really? Okay, I thought you were going to say between him and his fetch.
Well, no, not necessarily that, but just saying like get the mayor's fetch back and let the mayor continue in his position.
Now, I understand that fetches are good at doing the same things that the people they replace can do. It's it's the whole thing that they do, but there are some things that he was doing that a fetch simply can't do. There's some people that he works with that can tell if someone's a fetch or not and might not trust one.
Well, no, I was saying bring the
Oh, no,
mayor, the actual mayor back.
No, I'm directing this at him.
Oh, okay.
There's some people who might detect that. There's some people who, well, they can be suspicious. Those are the people that he had to work with. And if there's a fetch in his place, then they can't work with him.
Then I'll beat him up.
Might not work well.
What if there was a way where you can see him whenever you want, but no one has to get beat up, no one has to be replaced?
He kind of cocks his head.
What do you suggest, Portia?
I think that we need to call a meeting with certain relevant powers and explain the situation. Explain to them in very clear terms exactly what has been sired and the small nature of the request and the prudence of honoring that request with as few strings as possible in order to prevent, certain undesirable, potentially world-ending results.
It wouldn't be world ending, it'll just be the springs ending.
Hey, if I'm part of the casualty count, it counts as world ending to me.
Are you at the springs right now?
No, but I'm right next to the nuclear warhead.
Is there a way of making a disguise?
I might be able to try making a disguise for him.
Just a way that he can visit the real world without causing problems.
Theoretically, that could be possible, yes.
Like imbuing some sort of an amulet or something so that is, when he's holding it, he looks like a regular human child.
I'm a real boy.
That's much better than what I had planned.
That would take mind probably, or Spirit.
2?
And Prime.
2 in mind?
That could probably do it if you combined it a little bit with Spirit and
And Prime, you
Prime
said?
magic. Yes.
I think we got enough thing here. I was actually thinking about putting another point into mind before this session.
Yeah, I'm completely useless on this attempt, so
That's okay. You could use your influence to kind of convince folks that this is a good idea.
Yes, theoretically, you could attempt to do so.
Can the fetch spawn move freely between the goblin market and the real world?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
all I need is a large wooden mallet and a watermelon, and I can demonstrate to any objectors the prudence. See, I'll just hope the watermelon say, "This is your town. This is your town on Void Spawn."
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but you are not Gallagher.
Yeah, exactly. I understand that reference.
To put it in perspective, a fetch spawn, theoretically, if the legends are to be believed, no one is sure if the legends are actually true. But based on the legends, a fetch spawn has most of the abilities of a fair folk with none of the weaknesses except to iron. But they don't have a weakness to the real world. It doesn't weaken that being there.
Okay.
And they can just kind of mold and change reality as they want it to be.
Maybe we need to set some ground rules. Like, no reality changing while in reality.
Alexis, as you say that, you get the distinct sense that you realize this mage, one of the reasons he might have accepted this contract is basically to mitigate reality bending super ninja from causing, down to turn up. Because he had a
getting that.
transform.
Yeah, kind of understanding that. Well, I guess ask our resident space-time plus whatever mage if he thinks a disguise might work for visiting.
Theoretically, yes. It could.
Given that I now realize that you're a super space nanny, from now on I'm going to call you Gary Poppins.
Part of me is tempted to go back in time to make sure Mary Poppins never got made.
Do not. I love that movie.
What movie?
No.
I'm joking. He wouldn't do that. That would cause him so much paradox.
Yeah, I would. Does anyone have any other thoughts on how to deal with this absurd situation?
What would you do with the fetches then?
Well, I don't need him then.
There's honestly the solution that I'm seeing here, as potentially as risky as it might be. What what factions would stand to be in conflict if the replacement were discovered at large, or
All of them? All of them?
Definitely the Fae. They'd be first blamed.
Yeah, the fair folk and the changelings would be blamed here. The vampires would have a beef, as would Pentex, the worm, the werewolves a little bit to try to balance it out.
I'm just wondering what the safety level would be in summoning representatives from major factions and explaining the situation to them.
Right now, everyone's trying to keep it secret because all of them would use it as an excuse to go after the people they don't like.
Yeah, I mean, I think a powwow summit would be a good idea. Just explain that this was a,
It was a lonely child.
Yeah.
And
I
explain
think
to them
understand.
and explain to them in very simple terms that if they go to war, if massive conflict escalates, that would make it so that this child can't continue to, have proper access to the family and might throw a temper tantrum as a result.
Well, the family's already absconded here, so I don't think that's necessarily a...
Hey, quick
I
note.
think
Quick note for you guys, because most of you would know this. Vampires can mind control, and Pentex can not rest until they get what they want. Both factions, if they found out about the fetch, would not stop until they had the fetch spawn serving them.
I think you all are giving way too much credit to the powers that be.
So what, you're saying if the vampires in Pentex knew that there was a fetch spawn...
They would behave like petulant children and demand the toy, and if they can't have the toy, they would do everything they can to break it. Someone else can have
they
it.
they don't demand. They just go in and control.
And then kill or take over anyone who knew. AKA you guys.
And Reinhardt's like, this is a dumb idea. This is a horrible idea.
What would
Did
you
you just go
suggest?
southern for a second there?
I was speaking out of character.
Okay.
I'm just recapitulating what Reinhardt is trying to get across.
What would you suggest?
I would rather the child be able to visit his parents in the mortal realm than the factions being at a chance to going at war.
Well, that's that's definitely preferable.
That's the preferable outcome. Yes, I'm talking about a way to facilitate that.
I would recommend not letting the factions know at all. If they know about him, trust me, they're not going to stop until either he's dead or they're dead.
Well, I mean, suddenly the mayor's going to have another kid, which is going to raise some eyebrows. And if any of them actually visit, won't they be able to tell? Or can we try to make this disguise so good that they couldn't tell it was a fetch spawn?
Or what if it's only visitation?
Well, I mean, people in power adopt all the time in order to get good cred, as well as a tax write-off.
Yes, but I'm just saying about like the detection portion. Like the mayor sees it. Huh?
I think one of you is pretty good at stopping magical detection.
Prime.
Or just make sure that the kid's never in the same room as the delegates.
Yeah, maybe we can try to coordinate the visitation to not coincide with a vampire.
As far as the adoption thing, yeah, just figure out what country is in war conflict this week, and then say that he adopted somebody from there.
Yeah, that would work. That would work.
As you see, there's now a pile of papers sitting on the table that weren't there just a minute ago.
What the hell?
Those are probably adoption papers, aren't they?
Taken care of for you.
Oh, well, thank you. What was his name again?
He gave you a fake name last time.
Sure. What was the fake name? I'm trying to remember what it is.
If you ask him what his name is right now, he will say, "You can call me Aiden right now."
Okay, Gary.
Really doesn't bother me what you call me. I've gone by so many different names.
No, I get that. Well, shall we get to work on making this disguise device? Well, I guess we haven't actually asked what's the fetch spawn's name anyway?
You never asked.
Yeah.
I was afraid to ask. Because, what if he doesn't have a name and then he just gets angry?
Go ahead and ask.
I'm Max.
Hello, Max.
He waves one giant hand. His hands look like they're big enough that they could crush your skull.
How would you like to appear to be a real human child?
Really loud, booming claps. And he kind of just giggles and bounces.
I think that's a vote of approval. Should we ask the
Okay.
mayor's family what they think?
Approval? I thought he was attacking.
Alexis will wipe some blood from his ears.
Is
You
the mayor like
see
in there?
you see
or-
Aiden take out some earplugs from his ears.
You knew it was coming and you didn't warn me.
Oh, I was going to enjoy this after what you guys did to me at the sanitarium.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Shall we have a meeting with the family?
Let's get it right. It wasn't the sanitarium, it was the hospital.
That's true. That's true. Or was it the sanitarium? Were you guys secretly there without realizing it at a different point in time that he's referencing?
Gary, do I remember this and seek revenge later?
I can neither confirm nor deny the heinous allegations against me, Portia.
Good. Because that means yes.
Good luck in the. Oh, by the way, good luck in the Umbra next time you go.
Looking forward to it. At this point, I might as well just rent a house.
You're not sure if he was kidding about that or not, as Max leads you to the door and opens it to a very nice dining room where you can see the entire family is sitting down, and there's just all different food set out.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is way better. I thought he'd like absorbed them or something.
No, there's even a really big cake, and there's candles on it, and there's little people on it, and it says, "Congratulations for the family getting back together."
Wow, that's a lot to write on a cake.
It's written on the top.
And
It's a lot of
Cody knows the
frosting.
mayor.
Yeah, the mayor looks a little tired and haggard, but he's eating, and he seems pretty okay. The children do not seem bothered at all by Max. Like they don't even see the thing that it is.
Well, that's convenient.
And then there's the wife.
Yes, she is also eating. She's looking at Max very fondly.
Oh. And they all see him for what he, or just the parents rather, can they see him for what
Yes.
he is?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's good. So wait, the mother was always has always been a fetch?
Yep.
Not always, but
Yeah,
since
no. Since for the third child, she got stolen away between the first and these other two younger children.
So Max is the
First.
oldest brother?
Mhm.
Wow. Oh, okay.
That's also why he's the largest. He's wearing clothes from when he was a little one before he was given up.
Huh.
Because they're
stolen.
they're the last things that he has from his family before he lost them.
Oh.
So he's always worn them.
Definitely got to get him some new clothes. So I guess wait patiently for to be acknowledged, I suppose. We don't want to interrupt food time.
Yeah, once you come in, the kids both cheer and get up and race over Cody and hug Cody. And the mayor looks up. Ah, old friend, I was wondering if you were going to be showing up here today or not.
I heard you were in trouble and came to help.
More my choices have come back to bite me, as I thought they might one day.
Makes you feel any better? We have a bit of a plan in the works that can make that less of a bite and more of a gentle gumming.
Oh? And what would that be, lady?
How would you feel about big quotation marks, adopting a new kid. By which I mean taking responsibility for said past actions in a more direct fashion without having to continue being here, pulled away from your work.
I always wished I could have, but one of my patrons said that such an action would be too dangerous, that my family would be targeted and killed if Max was with us and they knew. He was very, very clear on that.
Well, the key part of that sentence is the new part.
You know of a way that Max could stay with me?
We're currently floating the idea of a disguise.
A magic disguise.
Do you believe such a thing is possible? I find it difficult to believe that you all could do something that my patron could not.
When 5 mages put their heads together, it does more than sound like a bowling alley.
I suppose, yes, that would be okay. I just hope I don't get into trouble for doing this.
Can you name this patron, just out of curiosity?
Oh, yes, he's one of the gentry. My family has known him since the 15th century, apparently. His name is Domino.
Oh my god.
Well, seeing as how I am apparently now Domino's knight, I do have the authority to speak on his behalf, so I allow this.
As you say that, you see there's now another chair at the table.
There he is.
Just gonna toss this out there. You said that your patron said that he couldn't do it. He may have used the exact phrasing that he couldn't.
Indeed, darling. It was beyond my power at the time in order to hide my touch. And that would put him in far too much danger. And I did have an oath to keep to his family. I could not allow danger to come to him, and thus I arranged all of this for young Max so that he may live in comfort and happiness.
Lex is just going to sigh. You arranged all of this, did you?
As he stands up and smiles. But of course, to gain my knight, he required a truly glorious quest to go on. And, well, he did not disappoint. And neither did any of his companions.
Right. So do you intend on helping us to produce this disguise?
As I said, any touch of mine would leave my mark upon it. And your foes could detect such a thing.
Fair enough.
So it would be better if I as well do not participate, it seems.
Mortal magic, your will working would be able to hide it. And it would be able to keep any trace of them from finding him.
Could you verify its functionality afterwards?
If my knight wishes it, yes, that would fall within my duties.
Then yes. Verify that it is indeed working for us.
Then I shall do so, my knight.
So, what type of item do we want to make this into? A ring, a mask, an amulet, brooch?
You know, I was actually floating the idea of a surrogate body for a little while there.
That could be interesting. Like an actual body and just stuff the
It's just a situation of when all you have is a hammer, the world looks like a nail.
Ah, okay.
Because, well, cloning is something I can do. Making a
Right.
magical necklace that changes somebody's appearance is not.
Mhm. Shall we ask Max what he would like to have?
Max just kind of gives a cute little shrug.
Having him be an immortal human body would be possible.
And it might help mitigate any potential tantrums. And it would also be a card in our deck. If anyone ever discovers him and tries to take him, well, all they get is the walkie-talkie.
Wait, I'm confused. What's the thought now?
Surrogate
him-
body.
Him into a human body.
I'm not sure if I would be quite as much use, but if what would that take, Kerr?
How would you describe it?
Well, I'm asking him because before, like, mind was the only thing I was going to be providing for the thing.
Mind, some life, some
Sure.
prime.
Do we lose Kerr? Oh,
If you want to tell me exactly how you want to try to do it, I can tell you what spheres you'll need.
fair enough.
Well, the easiest method that I can think of is that I use my contacts in the medical field, wait till the next time that a John Doe shows up on a slab, get the get the vitals functional, and then someone who has capacity over mind can transfer the consciousness.
I think I'm going to need more than 2 dots in mind for that.
You don't need mind at all. You need spirits. You would need spirit 4 to move a soul.
Unless the fetch spawn can transfer himself.
Nope.
Very young, very untrained.
Mm-hmm. You would require life 5, spirit 4 to do that.
Oof.
Yeah, I do not have that capacity. Not by a long shot. I have medicine 5.
Wait, what do you have in? I thought we had somebody with an effective 5 in life.
You have someone with prime 5.
Ah, okay, my bad. I knew we had a 5.
Mm-hmm. If you just wanted to make an actual disguise without changing him, that would need prime 5, mind 2, life 2 or 3, and matter 2 or 3.
I think we
Oh,
have that.
I have life 3 and matter 2.
I got the mind 2. And we got the prime 5. How about
So
this
you-
is a temporary solution?
That would be able to create an actual disguise around him
Right.
that would last.
Well, I suggest we make this the temporary solution. And then after we get a little more experience, we can make him an actual body. How about that?
I mean, that
You wanna-
works.
You want to make an oath to him?
If you made an oath, then that would form a contract between you guys.
Yeah,
And both of you would be bound to follow it.
yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to do that myself because the actual body I can't do anything with. So that's a spirit life thing, right?
Yes, but
Yep.
eventually we'll be able to get him a body.
I'm just saying I can't make any contracts with myself because I wouldn't have that experience regardless of.
Well, you might be able to still help out by helping out your allies with other things.
Okay.
Like, basically, this would just be an agreement from the group to do this for him, and he would make an agreement to do something for you guys.
I'm down for that. Any complaints?
I got no
No,
complaints.
this sounds acceptable to me.
Warren, Reinhardt,
I'm the one that came up with the idea.
just
Should
checking.
be fine.
All right. Pitch the idea to the
Kind
mayor, I guess.
gesture.
Well, thank you, whoever that was. It went away too fast, but thank you for that purchase.
Thank you. But yes, if you guys want to, what device would you guys want to put the disguise tie? It's tied to, so to speak.
Well, something that can be worn, I would think. Initially I was thinking like a plushie, but that would be too easily.
A ring
Lost
or
or
a
left behind.
necklace would probably be the best,
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
or a bracelet.
Ring would be an issue considering that the size of his
Hands.
hands would change considerably.
Good. Bracelet that
Necklace.
can change size or necklace.
Necklace.
Um,
Yeah, how's his neck looking?
A necklace or a bracelet or a ring. That's one of the reasons why you guys need matter.
That's what I kind of wondered.
So
And-
that won't be an issue.
Something that can change shape.
Zim, I will say, I pulled up the clip of the purchase. It just says humble store. Purchase was made. Doesn't tell who.
Oh, well, either way, thank you, whoever did that. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support.
I'm thinking necklace or bracelet.
Domino can provide the item once you tell him
Oh,
what you
fancy
would
schmancy.
want. And it was going to be absolutely perfect.
Of course. I would expect nothing less. Any other input on what piece of jewelry?
I mean, necklace feels like the safest bet.
Okay.
Could a necklace be broken though?
Oh,
No.
darling, not one of mine.
Fair enough.
I am perfect after all, darling.
Of course you are. All right. Well,
Yes, you just have to understand that the perfect opportunity may come where somebody will take it off of him.
that'd be the same of any bit of jewelry, I would think.
We all know. But if the perfect opportunity comes, the jewelry might just fall off because, well, it's the perfect opportunity for something to happen. And thus the perfection must be allowed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
About something we can embed into his body.
It'll still come off
Yup. Somehow.
because we're getting this from Domino.
That's only the absolute perfect.
If we can get something without Domino's intervention.
Yes.
You have
No
the
offense,
whole
Domino.
Goblin market to get something.
True. But finding a normal piece of jewelry in this place?
Who said it had to be normal?
Fair.
It could be a supernatural item. That wouldn't be too big of a deal.
Maybe something that has a never falls off enchantment to it. That'd be kind of useful. Shall we scour the market?
If you wish to do so, you could do so.
Unless you happen to have some piece of jewelry on you right now.
The only thing I got is my torque, and I ain't parting with that.
Portia. Alexis.
What?
Reinhardt? Cody?
So the only thing I got is my torque. I can't give that up.
Yep. Nope.
What are
Don't
you?
have any.
Sorry, what are you needing?
If you guys have any jewelry on you.
Well, heck, Cody should have tons of jewelry.
Cody. Okay, Cody does not dress flamboyantly.
That doesn't mean you don't own jewelry.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
enough.
unless you want it to be earrings, I got nothing. Although I could attempt to make something.
Cody doesn't have that kind of stuff. Like, he dresses simply.
That's fair.
You see him walking down the street, you've got no idea he's got any money.
Fair enough. Well, now he's dressed in pure white, so.
Okay, yes, now he's got a fancy outfit. He is not liking it and will be changing as soon as he gets home.
Which will then
Actually-
also turn white.
Which, yeah, anything you wear is now going to be white.
Including
don't
the
worry about
top
it.
hats that you must wear with it.
That was
I
not in the
require this.
contract.
It's in
Did you
mine.
read the contract?
I made
the small
sure
print.
to specify that Cody did indeed read it.
Did you read the
Yes.
Fey
I
print?
know. I was making just a joke.
It's really favorite.
Did you read the invisible ink?
Cody is reaching through correspondence to get himself a new outfit.
Remember the top hat.
No.
Okay, then at least the fedora.
No.
Yes, you are able to pull out an outfit from
Well, I'm gonna
Domino's
ask-
personal collection.
No,
gonna ask
from his
Gary-
own collection.
Correspondence would have been the easiest way to get a ring or a necklace.
Well, we don't want to steal it.
Why?
We're fine, upstanding mages. You don't want to steal stuff. It's not right.
It's just like a second sock that disappears in the wash.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it would end up.
Well, gonna ask Gary if he has any tips on a jewelry stand here at the market. Although I guess we would have to buy it, which would
Oh
entail
my God.
another trade
Cody,
or something.
can you do that portal thing to my bedroom?
I could.
Just freaking go to my dresser. There's jewelry in there.
Fair enough.
All right. Well,
Do
why
I
didn't you
need
speak
to
up
roll
earlier?
again for that?
No,
Oh,
you
I
can
don't know,
use the
because
same
it's
portal.
expensive jewelry.
Okay.
Expensive.
And I'm gonna use
I
my
know.
correspondence as well to transport poof the new outfit onto myself, and then the outfit from Domino over to my wardrobe.
Okay.
Why physically change when you can just there you go.
There you
new
go.
outfit.
Hey,
Just type in the command codes to the outfit,
actually,
and then you just have a new skin on, like in a video
You just
game.
swap avatars.
You just swap the skins.
new thought. Could Cody somehow like bind the ring with some correspondence to never leave the kid?
Yes, that is possible.
I like that idea.
Anytime that it travels more than X distance away from him, it just teleports back.
Well, no,
So he can
just
still take
keep
it off if he needs to.
Make it so only.
It cannot be unwillingly taken off.
Yeah.
Oh, that works. That
Yeah,
works
something
way
like that.
better.
So yeah, Cody will do that.
That would be possible to do. Yes.
Could Domino's
So-
ability override that?
It would be a roll off in that case if you tried to do so.
Okay.
It would basically, the way I would treat it is like Cody's supercomputer that he wears on his wrist. That's his phylactery. He can't do magic without it. So it's basically treated as a part of his body. So in order to do it, it would be like someone trying to teleport your arm off or teleport your heart out of your chest.
Gotcha. Well, I like that idea then.
All right, so then I would need Arete rolls from everybody.
Is it too late to add a point into mind?
No, you can do it. I'll let you.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. I have 3 in mind.
Getting all the good rolls tonight.
Damn it, re-rolling that.
Yeah, don't botch this, please. We don't want to curse it.
Mm-mm.
Now, describe how you're doing this.
Yes.
Yep, I think I clicked. Did I click wrong? Where's my? I mean, it looks better than there. It is. That's much better. Wait, I got more rolls.
Well, my contribution to this is using my knowledge of human anatomy, my knowledge of human biology, to craft the appearance to be as nondescript and boring as possible. The kind of person that you see their face in a crowd and you don't even notice. So that won't draw attention.
I like
Poor
that
boy.
idea.
What if he wants a girlfriend or a boyfriend?
Let's detonate that bridge when we cross it.
And that would be the unlikely scenario because he's part fetch. And here's the fun part, where I'm drawing out all the symbols around the object with my finger in prime and using my staff
crap.
for energy.
Yeah, sorry, I have 2 points in prime, so would that have had any bearing
No.
over this?
No.
Okay.
For this creation to work.
As Warren rolls 4 ones.
A little bit more than that.
Bro.
Yeah, your guys' magic is fucking nailing it right now.
Nice.
Working
Well-
together.
Well, Gary Poppins cast it out, so, you know. It's a matter of pride.
He might try to erase Mary Poppins even if it costs him his life.
Oh, Gary.
Mao.
But
I
yes,
thought you said you didn't care what we called you.
I can wipe you from existence.
It probably caused a lot of paradox, so that's a little too troublesome. Don't worry about that.
I can also point out that Warren can wipe you from existence.
Not yet, he can't.
Mhm.
I'm joking, though. As you guys are working on this, it comes together far better than any of you actually expected.
And for that, everyone breathes a sigh of relief.
There is no explosions.
Mhm.
Yes.
Do we generate any paradox?
Nope. Not here.
This Feywild stuff is just so interesting because, like, the plot needed to progress forward, so it just kind of happened.
Yeah, funny thing that. So what do we have? A necklace? My notes.
I should do all my exotic projects here.
Was it a
Exactly.
necklace or a ring that you guys used?
I
Which
can't
type of
recall it.
jewelry did Portia?
I recommend a necklace.
Okay.
Alright,
I mean,
so
since
it's
this is
necklace,
from
then.
your jewelry. Okay.
Yep, he's wearing a little gold necklace. And when he puts on the necklace, he now looks to be like a 10-year-old boy. Pretty nondescript and just normal looking.
There you go.
Everything's so small.
Yeah, you get used to that.
Zim, I need you to play me and Marten GIF. I can deny it no longer. I am small.
Unfortunately, I am not able to bring up custom Marten videos
Aw.
or specific
We're
ones.
Then we're just going to have to do this until we find it.
Joke.
Uh-oh.
There is a lot to go through.
I was gonna say this might take a while.
I know that. I was more joking than anything.
He has
Instead,
enough.
we get
He
cute
has
little
enough eggs.
Marten.
He can do this all night.
Oh, and you got one of the really good ones.
Yeah.
Oh, get him!
Her.
Yes.
That is Umora, and it's like I want to hug, but yawn too powerful. But hug.
I hug and yawn. Yes. I also fun fact, Kun Kun came back yesterday. So we have a raccoon who comes to eat from the bird feeder here.
Oh.
And he was here. He came up to
Joke.
the window when I was watching him and reached up and put his little paw against the window near my
Aw.
hand and just looked at me.
Thank you for food.
He was super cute. He is Kun Kun. Also, aka Rocket.
I approve.
We also had a shoot, what are they called?
Aw, so cute.
That is super cute.
The bats are adorable.
This is a baby one. Not quite in his prime yet. So that's why he fumbles a little bit with his parkour, but still very good.
They are adorable Martens.
All right. So we also have to explain to the mayor that he has to keep the boy hidden away when he has visitors, or meet with visitors elsewhere. But
You
it's
know,
not going to be perfect.
I can do that. Just it's something I never thought I would be able to do with my family.
Happy to oblige.
Well then, I do believe that you have completed your quest acceptably, my knights. Would you agree?
You know, I never got my drink.
Oh my God, Reinhardt! I will make you moonshine when we get
Reinhardt,
home.
there is now a glass at your in front of
Mm.
you.
Or that works
Well,
too.
Huzzah.
Sorry, I was
Joke.
typing in chat. Well, I do hope that was acceptable.
That was indeed very acceptable, my knights.
Now the question remains what to do about the mayor's wife.
Indeed, I could help you find out where she is if you wish.
Who was that? Domino?
Yep.
He knew all along.
Mm-hmm. Why, I was saying when we were at his palace, we could get the information from him.
But that would incur a cost. Also, real quick, this is very important. Reinhardt, do you take a sip of your drink?
Yes.
Make a willpower roll.
Ah.
Hey, magic.
Congratulations! It's it's the perfect booze. You can no longer get intoxicated from any alcohol ever again.
You'll see. You'll see. Let's see how Reinhardt does. Don't botch this.
Or
Right.
please watch it.
It's 5-dimensional. It's 5-dimensional whiskey. It's 300 proof.
Reinhardt?
It's 3.
That's 3.
Reinhardt?
I don't know if I want to re-roll that or not, though.
Oh, if you want to reroll, go ahead.
I
Your
don't know if
choice.
I want to, though.
Oh my god.
What's the worst that could happen?
Worst that could happen is
Everything-
I get a laugh. I'll go with 3 successes. Why not?
Okay. So, as you take a drink, you can't stop. You can't stop at all. As you continue to drink, continue to down it.
Chug, 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 chug.
You chug it all. This is the soup in alcohol form.
Oh no.
Ah,
Somehow, I told you so. Just doesn't quite say.
was this Faye stuff?
No. Nope.
Okay.
But this is the sacred soup. This is the holy soup in alcohol form.
Excellent.
This is literally the soup as alcohol. You don't know how this works.
No, the soup can be all things, because through the soup all things are possible.
As the soup becomes a new focus of your
Check.
magic.
Well, that's just
Okay,
super.
Okay, you want to obsess about the soup? That's all fine, well and dandy. But if I see any sheep wearing capes, I'm burning this place down.
The sheep promised the soup.
He who cooks below.
Well, my knight, I believe your quest is complete. As he lifts a hand and a door appears. This will take you all back to the mortal world.
Do we want to ask about the wife?
Probably should.
Would it cost us anything?
No. His wife is with a rival of mine.
Hmm.
And we probably should go see this rival.
If that is what you wish, I could arrange a meeting.
And is the rival aware of her true value?
Not to my knowledge.
Be an important thing to keep under our hats because the price of freedom would probably quadruple the moment that he finds out.
Mhm.
Yes, if you wish for me to arrange a meeting, I can. If that is what you wish.
How much time has passed in the real world? Because I know
was gonna
time
say,
is
we
a
might-
little
we might need
fucky
some-
here.
Downs time.
Oh, I don't care one way or the other, but there's a very grumpy tree that does very naughty things if I don't regularly maintain him.
Yep, and I got some birds to feed.
It will take me around 2 days, likely, of your time to arrange this message.
That
and
works
to
perfect.
get everything set up, if that is acceptable.
Sounds good to me.
2
Wonderful.
days. It's 2 days to get caught up with everything. What it call it? Vital side, mortal side.
Yeah, that works.
Earth side.
And I'll turn towards Aiden. And how are those 2 changelings?
They're currently out in the market at the moment.
Will they remember me?
Yes.
Hmm.
As it should be. Let's get back to reality.
Sounds good. Let us away.
Is that the sound reality makes?
And I think this would be a good place to stop because we can start the Changeling Rescue quest next week.
Yay.
Since it's 2 days, we still have time to go deal with the fetches.
Yeah, how will we deal with the fetches? Witness protection?
That's also something you guys could work out over the 2 days, which we
Yep.
can do next week.
Yep. Just use Prime Magic and show them what they are. Then we don't have to worry about it.
Let's not do that. So over 2 days, do we recover any willpower?
You'll recover 1 point of willpower for each day that goes by.
Okay. Should we do that now, or should we wait until...
Go ahead and do it now since we're going to end
Okay.
here.
So I was thinking...
What are we
Yay.
doing?
Recovering 2 points of willpower for the 2 days we're going to be having downtime.
Ah. Yeah, I don't need to do that. I have all my willpower.
Oh, well, la-di-da for you, Mr. I roll everything good.
Missed?
Miss, sorry.
No, I took a willpower hit.
Oh, yeah, and don't forget 5 more experience points, everybody.
Yep.
Oh, also,
yeah.
there's the guy that was going to talk to Reinhardt at the end.
Oh, don't worry. You'll get that.
Okay.
Yay. Good session, folks.
Good job, everyone.
Thanks for
Good
running
job.
through.
Yay, I got through the Goblin Market without having to make a deal.
Mhm.
I was worried about what you would do, Joshime.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and Alexis is going to go feed the birds at least at some point during the day.
Yes.
So, next 2 days.
I caused
As-
enough trouble last time.
As your birds begin to recruit the local burbs. And then there's going to be a training camp of burbs being trained as
yeah.
burbs.
Oh, yeah. Grow the army.
Oh boy.
The glorious burb army. The
Yes.
Finch Force 5 deploying.
That's right.
All
So
right,
you're gonna recruit
everyone.
birds.
Thank you all so much for joining us for Horizon Lost World of Darkness Mage. We will be back in a little bit with some more streaming. We're going to be hopefully switching over to our D&D campaign. I believe everybody's going to be present for that. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more there on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without you guys. Consider becoming a patron yourself over at ZGF Gaming, or patreon.com/ZGF Gaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, using our Humble Bundle partner link to grab some wonderful games through that, as well as picking up some Stream Loots packs. But for now, thank you for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Folks,